Hello, and I hope you remembered to thank Jesus at least 10 times since yesterday. But if you forgot, I recommend you try again because before coming back tomorrow. I believe you'll be glad if you do. Can anyone out there please tell this grandpa the two most important commandments in the Bible? Most kids know about the 10 commandments, and they are very important. But one day Jesus talked about the first and second commandment. He said all the law and the prophets hung on these two commandments. Here's what Jesus said about the two most important commandments. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. I think Jesus makes it clear. He wants us to love God, and he wants us to love one another. And that's exactly what this grandpa wants to do, and I believe you want to do the same. We'll see in today's Bible story how Jesus loved some very special people and what he did because of it. Let's get started with let me find my place here. The story of Lazarus being raised from the dead, part 1. There was a man named Lazarus that had two sisters, Mary and Martha. They loved Jesus, and he loved them. Jesus and his disciples were always welcome to visit in their home and enjoy the food that was prepared for them. One day, Lazarus became very sick. His sisters sent word to Jesus, but he was so far away it may have taken a day or two to find him. 2 days after they got word that Lazarus was sick, Jesus said to his disciples, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Why do you think Jesus said he was glad he was not there when Lazarus died? He could have healed him of his sickness if they had been there. Do you think Jesus plans to do something even more wonderful than healing a sick man? Something that will help many more people believe in him? When Jesus and his disciples arrived near the place where Lazarus died, they were told that he had been in the grave 4 days. As soon as Martha heard Jesus was coming, she went out of the house to meet him. Jesus told Martha that her brother would rise again, and she believed him, but she thought he was talking about the resurrection in the last day. Martha then went to get Mary, and when Mary came to Jesus, the people with her in the house followed her. Mary and the people were crying, and Jesus said to them, Where have you laid him? They said, Lord, come and see. And then Jesus cried with them. The shortest verse in the Bible says, Jesus wept. Tomorrow, in part 2 of this Bible story, Jesus will do something even more wonderful than healing a sick man. Do you know what it is? Don't miss part 2 of the story of Lazarus being raised from the dead. And never forget, Jesus loves you, and this grandpa loves you too.